Good afternoon. To our graduates, their family members, friends, and supporters, to our distinguished faculty, staff, and administrators, and to our platform party, it is with great honor and pride that I welcome you to West Valley College's 46th commencement ceremony. My name is Lori Gaskin, and I serve as the president of West Valley College. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad about that enthusiasm because I'm going to take you on a little journey here. As you settle into your seats and get comfortable, I would like to ask you to go through a little visioning exercise with me. I know that this is not the traditional way that commencement ceremonies begin, but I do ask that you bear with me. This is a very exciting occasion, one filled with much ceremony, formality, and seriousness, as it should be. For hundreds of years, the culmination of one's academic accomplishments has always been celebrated through the commencement ceremony with a great deal of pomp and formality. Hence our regalia, our robes, our hoods, our caps, medallions, and mace. But it's also important to pause and reflect upon the journey you took to get to this day. For a moment, I ask all of you to relax your mind and your body, and maybe even close your eyes. Think about the experiences that have led you to this occasion. Take time to relish this moment and soak in the ceremony. Think about our graduates' achievements and what commencement and this ceremony means to each of you. For our West Valley College family, on commencement day, we celebrate perhaps the finest moment in the life of a college. Formally, commencement signifies a beginning, a start, not an end. More importantly, to the West Valley College family, commencement symbolizes hope, potential, future, and possibilities. This is how we would like to begin this commencement ceremony, recognizing you, our students, honoring your accomplishments, and celebrating your potential, your future, your possibilities, and the hope embodied in all of you. Now, having hopefully thoroughly relaxed you, let's begin this most significant and time-honored tradition that is commencement. I would like to start by introducing the platform party seated behind me. The platform party has come together for the sole purpose of celebrating and honoring our graduates. And we look forward to this event all year long. To members of the platform party, please stand briefly as I introduce you to the audience. And audience, please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. I'd like to begin with our West Valley Mission Community College District Board of Trustees. Robert Owens, President of the Board. Chad Walsh, Trustee. Jack Lucas, Trustee. Buck Polk, Trustee. Chris Stampolis, Trustee. Adrian Gray, Trustee. Nick Heimlich, Trustee. Danny Ben Sue, West Valley College Student Trustee. And Moses Fontilla, Mission College Student Trustee. John Hendrickson is the Chancellor of the West Valley Mission Community College District. Julie Lithcott-Hames, Dean and Associate Vice Provost at Stanford University, and our commencement speaker. Lance Shoemaker, Academic Senate President. Laurel Kinley, Classified Senate President. Nicholas Bedell, Associated Student Senate President. John Farley, Valedictorian. Laura Sylvan, Trustee Award Recipient. Dave Fishbaugh, Vice President of Instruction. Victoria Hines, Vice President of Student Services. And Michael Renzi, Vice President of Administrative Services. Please join me in recognizing the platform party. Thank you. Leading the processional of graduates, faculty, and staff and administrators are 4 marshals who have this honor bestowed upon them based upon having the longest tenure with the college. Marshals, please stand briefly as I introduce you. Audience, please hold your applause until all marshals have been acknowledged. Susan Weiner, Julie Lowry, Randy Fujishin, Wanda Wong. Thank you. In addition to the marshals, we have 4 ushers. This honorary role is assumed by esteemed members of our classified staff. So ushers, I would like you to stand briefly as I introduce you. Amy Brumgard, Maria Lopez, George Magellas, and Lisa McNiven. Thank you very much. Today we celebrate something quite precious, and that is, graduates, your education. In the middle part of the last century, W.E.B. Du Bois, noted historian, academic, civil rights activist, writer, and the first African American to earn a doctorate from Harvard, stated something really quite powerful. Of all the civil rights for which the world has struggled and fought for 5,000 years, the right to learn is undoubtedly the most fundamental. As we proceed through this ceremony today, I ask that you keep that thought forefront in your mind. What you have given yourself, graduates, your education will stay with you your entire life. You will always have it as a part of who you are. Relish the potential that it brings to you. Use it to be a positive force in this world, and most importantly, ensure that the value of your education is passed on from one generation to the next. Graduates, in celebrating your achievements today, I suspect that if I asked each of you about your accomplishments, you would readily pay tribute to the remarkable teachers you have had here at West Valley College. You would likely say such things as, the faculty believe in us. They see in us a potential that we had only dreamed of. They challenge us. They lead us on a journey of discovery and exploration through their chosen field of study. They inspire us and excite us about learning. Our faculty is truly the best of the best. They have an unwavering belief in you, in the special interaction that we call teaching and learning, and in the value that their discipline brings to a deeper understanding of the world around us. It is with great respect that I ask our faculty to stand while we recognize and honor their dedication and commitment to this noble purpose that we call education. Please stand, faculty. Thank you. There's another very important group who are steadfastly dedicated to your success, and this is our classified staff and administrators. These individuals are our quiet heroes. They are at the hubs of energy and activity across campus, ensuring that our often bureaucratic systems work for our students. They toil over the intricacies of running a complex college with a keen eye and attention to service. Classified staff and administrators consistently reach out to provide the steady hand of support to our students along their journey toward their educational goals. They are, to a person, extraordinary. I ask that our classified staff and administrators in the audience please stand while we recognize and honor your dedication and commitment to our students. Thank you. On to you, our graduates. The graduating class this year numbers 560. Our youngest graduate is 18 years old, and our most senior graduate is 67 years young. 65% of you are female and 35% male. Yeah. And 21 of you have 4.0 GPAs. Beyond these statistics, I wanted to gain a fuller sense of who you, our students, really are. So I asked every West Valley College employee to give me one word they would use to describe you. Thank you, faculty, staff, and administrators for responding. I received a couple hundred responses, and they were so compelling, so poignant, and so heartwarming that I wanted to share these with you. So I am going to ask our Academic Senate President, Lance Shoemaker, and our Classified Senate President, Laurel Kinley, to join me for a tribute to our students. What's the one word you would use to describe our students?
Committed.
Amazing.
Hardworking.
Growing.
Potential.
Optimistic.
Dedicated.
Happy.
Curious.
Intriguing.
Complex.
Brave.
Energetic.
Young.
Engaged.
Enterprising.
Entrepreneurial.
Enthusiastic.
Persevering.
Provocative.
Creative.
Responsible.
Mirthful.
Sweet.
Industrious.
Resilient.
Sincere.
Inquisitive.
Appreciative.
Blessings.
Admired.
Diverse.
Spontaneous.
High achievers.
Dreamers.
Fun.
Earnest.
Adaptable.
Diligent.
Determined.
Courageous.
Precious.
Motivated.
Hardworking.
Eager.
Future.
Treasure.
Passionate.
Persistent.
Resourceful.
Driven.
Inspiring.
Outstanding.
Striving.
Loyal.
Endlessly interesting.
Caring.
Quality.
Promising.
Involved.
Thought-filled.
Fresh.
Refreshing.
Independent.
Creative.
Optimistic.
Brave.
Savvy.
Overcommitted.
Hopeful.
Awesome.
Excited.
Tenacious.
Hardworking.
Hungry for knowledge.
Seeds of hope.
Friendly.
Champions.
Ageless.
Enduring.
Flourishing.
This is West Valley College's tribute to our graduates. And graduates, we thank you each and every day for enriching our lives in ways that you have no idea you do. I would like to introduce John Hendrickson and ask him to say a few remarks. The West Valley Mission Community College District is comprised of West Valley College and our sister college in Santa Clara, Mission College. John Hendrickson is the administrative head of the district, serving as its chancellor. He brings sound business savvy, an ability to envision what could be, and a student-focused orientation to this important leadership role. Please join me in welcoming John Hendrickson to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is really an honor to be a part of this program, and again, I do want to welcome the members of our elected Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, alumni, friends, family, but very most of all, the members of the 2010 graduating class. I commend you for what you have done and what we're recognizing today. I am delighted to join in celebrating your achievements and your promise. West Valley College has seen remarkable success during the past few years, and due to the sustained, student-focused efforts of your teachers, college support staff, and administration, West Valley College has benefited from new classroom construction, beautification of our college grounds, growth in courses, active student government, active student clubs, outstanding intercollegiate sports teams, and the list goes on and the list goes on. These your creative abilities and knowledge and those of your contemporaries will determine the magnitude and the extent of American prosperity in the 21st century and will help shape the condition of people around the world. Graduation is only a concept. In real life, you graduate every single day. Graduation is a process that goes on to the last day of your life. If you can grasp that, then you will make a difference. Tom Brokaw, national news anchor, world traveler, is quoted, "You are educated. Your certification is your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask that you think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." Enjoy today's graduation program. You have earned this major milestone event. Along the way, you've been supported by your family and your friends, and I strongly encourage that you guide your actions and your thinking in the future by ethical standards, service to others, protection of the environment. Invest yourself in your work your education, and your relations. I offer my congratulations and wish you success in your life and in your individual careers. Thank you. And the next part of the program I get to do is to introduce you to an individual who is an outstanding person, an outstanding elected public servant, and the president of the West Valley Mission Community College District Board of Trustees, Mr. Bob Owens.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the recipient of the West Valley College Trustee Award. This honor is bestowed on a student who has maintained a high grade point average while working and volunteering for college and community organizations. While earning a 4.0 GPA, Laura Sylvan worked as a writing lab tutor, private music instructor, and an instructor in anthropology. Her extracurricular activities include editor-in-chief and founder of the Voices Literary Magazine and president of Alpha Gamma Sigma. She also found time to serve as a music minister at Holy Family Parish. Perhaps she had help from her study group at home. Her son is graduating from high school next month, and her daughter Catherine is among today's graduates. An English and liberal arts major, Laura plans to become a community college English instructor, and this fall she will attend Santa Clara University. Laura?
I love moments like these. That moment when we're finally able to grasp that something that is elusive and wonderful. But now what? Maybe some of you remember a story that made the news cycle last year. It happened at a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game, and it was a father and his little 3-year-old daughter. And the cameras are on them because the father had just made a spectacular catch of a foul ball from the upper stands. He had reached over the rail and snatched it up. Celebration. It was that moment of having it all. And what did he do? He looked down at his daughter. And boy, was she cute. She's just 3 years old, and she had on a little pink t-shirt and a matching little pink baseball cap, and she's looking up at her dad. And what did he do? He gives her the ball. He just gives it away. But that's not why this made the news cycle. The girl took that prize, that baseball, and she threw it back down into the field of play. And there's this moment, this flash of emotion that goes over the father's face of, no! But a split second later, it's gone, and he's laughing. He's laughing, and he scoops up his daughter into his arms and gives her this huge hug. There are two messages I think we can take from that helps us answer that question of, now what? First, when you get something great in life, give it away. Don't think about it for a second, just give it away. Because that moment is elusive, and it doesn't mean anything if we don't share it with others. It's just an old leathery baseball sitting on a shelf, gathering dust. It's just a diploma, framed, hung on a wall. It's gonna look great, but it's also just going to gather dust. Take this education that you have grasped and make a difference in your communities, with your families, with people you know, and maybe most importantly, with people you will never meet. You have so much of value to share with others. So go out and just give it away. The second message, and I think as recent graduates with our freshly minted degrees going out into the world, the second message I really think we need to keep in mind is that we are going to screw up, but we are loved anyways. You are loved. I love that enthusiasm of that 3-year-old. She didn't understand the rules of the game, but she wanted to play full out. Our professors have given us that golden key: education, mentoring, career advice, encouragement. And yet, we're going to mess it up often. But I believe if we don't screw up at least once, we're probably not playing full out. We're going to make wrong turns, stumble, make a couple odd choices. But remember, you are loved. In closing, I want to urge all of you to not waste this diploma on just a good job. By all means, go out and have a fantastic career. But remember, it's what we carry in our hearts for others that makes a difference in this world. Give it away. Play full out. Love and be loved. American writer Albert Hubbard said, "The love we give away is the only love we keep." So go out and make this moment mean something for others. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. We'll give it to you anyway. Yeah, okay, let's come up this way. I'd now like to introduce our Vice President, Dave Fishbaugh.
Choosing a valedictorian this year was especially difficult. College-wide, as you've heard, there were 21 students who achieved a 4.0 grade point average. And of the applicants for this academic honor, there were 8 who met all the criteria with only slight differences. Therefore, before I introduce our valedictorian for this year, I would like to introduce to you 2 other outstanding students whose qualifications and academic performance at West Valley College certainly earned them recognition as academically best in their class. When I call your name, would you please stand and be recognized? Kamala Rangachari, and Samaya Smalley. Thank you. Please be seated. There are now 112 community colleges in California serving 2.9 million students. Let's assume there are 112 valedictorians among 2.9 million. That's 1 for every 25,000 students. So you can see that taken in this context, it's a rare distinction to be named valedictorian. Our valedictorian for 2010 is John Farley. In meeting with John, it is quite apparent that he is a delightfully engaging, earnest, humble, and very practical young man. Here are some words and phrases that I think describe both his personality and his experience here at West Valley College. Great promise and potential, seeking and receiving assistance, making the most of opportunities, achievement through effort, continually demonstrating excellence, and giving back in gratitude. If John has one passion, it is music. He is a gifted singer and a composer, and I learned earlier from his mother that 4 years ago he performed on the stage at Carnegie Hall. However, John, like most valedictorians, is remarkably well-rounded. He has excelled in all phases of our general education offerings, including math, science, social science, foreign language, physical education, English composition, and literature. John also credits some of the college's ancillary courses, including careers and lifestyles, learning strategies, and information competency, as being key to his development and academic success. So in many ways, John Farley and West Valley College has been an ideal match. He has taken advantage of the outstanding instructors, librarians, counselors, and exemplary service programs and their personnel that are the hallmark of community colleges. Here, the Disability and Educational Support Program, DESP, deserves particular recognition. In return, John Farley has achieved the highest levels of success. I have no doubt that John will continue these successes as he moves on. First, at California State University, Sacramento, where he intends to pursue a bachelor's degree in humanities, and then on to graduate level education. John thinks that being a community college instructor would just about define perfection. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you all the valedictorian of the class of 2010, Mr. John Farley.
Good evening, graduates, instructors, administrators, family, and friends. Booker T. Washington once said, "I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position one has reached in life as by the obstacles which one has overcome while trying to succeed." My fellow graduates, you all have faced obstacles in your lives. Whether you're a single mother trying to make ends meet, a recently laid-off worker trying to gain new and valuable job skills, or a struggling student just trying to keep up with schoolwork. To me, you are the true heroes of today. As actor Christopher Reeves once said, "A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Indeed, it is not the obstacles which define us, but the way in which we overcome them." The path that led me to West Valley as your valedictorian has had many bumps in the road. I was born with a rare form of dwarfism, along with multiple learning disabilities. The doctor's prognosis for my future was filled more with what I wouldn't be able to do than with what I would. But I was fortunate to grow up in a family which believed that any limitations I might encounter would be merely self-imposed. When it became time for me to go to college, I chose West Valley for its solid reputation and strong academics. It has given all of us the opportunity to study interesting subjects in a supportive environment while making many close friends. West Valley is not simply a place to take classes. It is a network of individuals, teachers, administrators, and staff committed to our success and well-being. West Valley has always been like a family for us, watching out for our best interests. For me, all the DESP staff made my transition to the program and college a smooth and pleasant experience. But what would college be if not for the wonderful teachers that make such an impact in our lives? the loving and caring instructor who takes time out of their busy schedule to not only explain a subject, but to really listen to our concerns. The rigorous teacher who exudes so much passion to their subjects that they can't help but inspire us. And the teacher who is so full of energy, enthusiasm, and good humor that we actually enjoy coming to class. These are the individuals that make West Valley such a great place to be. At this time, I would like all the administrators, teachers, and staff to please stand up and be acknowledged. Let's all give a round of applause to these amazing individuals. I would also like to thank our parents, the most influential peoples in our lives. Through the ups and downs, you are always there for us, and we thank you. West Valley College has not only given us an outstanding education, it has helped to shape our lives, our values, and our future. To go from being average students unsure of our future to confident achievers has been an amazing transformation, and we owe a great deal of that success to the support West Valley has given us. My fellow graduates, my heroes, this moment is for us, the West Valley College class of 2010. We have accomplished so much here. History will remember us as the doers and achievers who attain success no matter the odds. And so, today's achievement marks a fond farewell to yesterday, a warm welcome to tomorrow, the beginning of new challenges, the promise of success in the future, and the anticipation of even greater happiness. Thank you.
John, you are a very remarkable person indeed, and I am so pleased to present you the Valedictorian's Award on behalf of West Valley College.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Laura and John. And I'm going to live by Laura's credo, and I'm going to have T-shirts made for every faculty and staff member that says, when Lori makes a mistake, I still love her. So that makes me feel a lot better, Laura. Thank you. It's my honor to introduce the next person to you. And I need to give a little bit of context here. At institutions of higher education, the collective voice of the faculty on matters of an academic and professional nature is the Academic Senate. The leadership of the faculty is embodied in the president of the Academic Senate. During this past year, Lance Shoemaker has served in this important capacity. For 6 years now, Senate President Shoemaker has been a full-time faculty member in our business department. Prior to coming to West Valley College, he had a very successful law career. Fortunately for our students and our college, he chose to follow his heart and pursue his passion for teaching. Please join me in welcoming Lance Shoemaker, Academic Senate President, to the podium.
Good afternoon and welcome to the graduates, their family, and friends. My name is Lance Shoemaker and I am the president of the West Valley College Academic Senate. On behalf of the faculty of West Valley College, I want to express my congratulations to all of the graduates. I also want to express how happy I am that it is not raining. The reason that you are here today is because you came to West Valley College to pursue education and to learn from the faculty. I want you to know that we, the faculty, also learn a great deal from the students. Interacting with students on a daily basis is the main reason why I love my job here teaching at West Valley College. So on behalf of the faculty, I want to say thank you to the graduates who are here today for what you have taught us, the faculty. I would like to take a few moments to recognize a few faculty members who have been recognized this year by the Academic Senate for their excellent service to the college and to the community. Earlier this year, the West Valley College faculty were asked to nominate those faculty members whose service to the college, the community, and the classroom go above and beyond their normal classroom duties. For service to the college excellence, the West Valley College Academic Senate has recognized Heidi Diamond, the chair of the Business Administration and Real Estate Department. And if Heidi is here, could she please stand? For service to the community, the Academic Senate has recognized the chair of the Music Department, Lou De La Rosa. If Lou is here, could he please stand? And Lou, don't sit down. Don't sit down, Lou, because the Academic Senate also recognized Lou for full-time faculty teaching excellence. And finally, for associate faculty teaching excellence, the Academic Senate has recognized Sue Wilson, who teaches English as a second language. If Sue is here today, I'm not sure if she is, if she could please stand. Thank you, Heidi, Lou, and Sue, for your excellent service to the college, the community, and to our students. And to the graduates, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. As with our faculty, the collective voice of staff on matters of college governance is the Classified Senate. The leadership of the Classified Senate is embodied in the president of that body. During this past year, Laurel Kinley has served in this important capacity. For nearly 15 years, Senate President Kinley has been a library media technician, acquiring and processing the myriad books which comprise our wonderful collections. Most notably, in early May, she was chosen from across the state as Classified Employee of the Year within our system of 112 community colleges. Please join me in welcoming Laurel Kinley to the podium.
Thank you, President Gaskin. Congratulations to all the graduates and certificate recipients. I am proud to represent the classified staff. Classified staff have many roles, but only one goal, and that is student success. I am proud to represent the classified staff at today's exercises and extend their warmest wishes to you. Now, although today is a day for recognizing your many achievements, it is also a special day for your family and friends. Those assembled here today have supported you and encouraged you and helped to make your success a reality. Graduates and certificate recipients, I invite you all to stand, to turn around and recognize those here today for all they have done to help you realize your goals. Let's give them a round of applause.
We hear this said oftentimes, it takes a village to educate students, and indeed that village is sitting out in the audience. Julie Lithcott-Hames is the Dean of Freshman and Undergraduate Advising and Associate Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education at Stanford University. She oversees undergraduate advising and research, the transition for freshmen and transfer students, and other academic programs. Students call her Dean Julie, so I will as well, and you can too. Dean Julie has a baccalaureate degree from Stanford in American Studies, and I'm told from the truly last great class of '89, and a law degree from Harvard. I have had the opportunity to see Dean Julie on action on several occasions at Stanford University. I was immediately taken with her spirit, her genuineness, and her love for education and what that education means in the life and future of students. I recently asked some Stanford students about Dean Julie, and the first thing they told me was about her Facebook profile. Students can write on her wall, and she will personally respond, and the lore is she has over 2,000 friends. They told me about her being one of them, And I asked, well, give me some evidence. And the evidence they gave me is that during home games of Stanford's football team, she seeks out and sits in the most rowdy student section so that she can stand up and cheer and scream to her heart's content. She befriends students constantly and has been found composing music with them in the dorms at 2 a.m. Students love Dean Julie because she's nurturing, engaged, and inspiring. Her staff call it the magic that is Dean Julie. I think you will see this clearly over the next few minutes. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Dean Julie, to West Valley College.
I didn't know anyone knew that I was singing music in the dorms at 2 a.m., and I don't sit at football games, I stand the whole time. President Gaskin, Chancellor Hendrickson, trustees, elected officials, faculty, administrators, classified staff, families, students. Thank you for giving me the honor of joining your community on this glorious graduation day. I teach a seminar on my campus about the civil rights issue of our time being inequity in education. And no state better exemplifies this sad fact than our beloved California. You students may not know that in 1978, California taxpayers voted Proposition 13 into law, which systematically began starving our schools of the cash they needed to educate California kids properly. As a result, in just one generation, our elementary and secondary schools went from being first in the nation to worst. And with California high schools no longer able to provide what all students need in order to be prepared for the world of work or a four-year college, California's community colleges have swooped in to the rescue, playing the critical role of giving opportunity to those who might otherwise not have access, and in educating the next generation of workers who will help get our country back on track. We had just discussed this point in my class this quarter, when I found President Gaskin's email inviting me to join the West Valley community at its graduation today. Needless to say, I was deeply honored by the invitation because no one does it better than West Valley, and it gave me an opportunity to better understand why. So yes, it is a pleasure and a great honor for me to be here with you. But for you, let's be real. I'm the graduation speaker, the perfunctory player in this sacred ritual, which means for you graduates, I'm that random outsider that stands between you and the handshake, you and the hugs, you and the food, you and the drink, you and the party, you and the presents. And you know the best presents are the cards with the little check folded inside, and it's not cool to unfold the check and look at the amount, even though you're dying to. Oh yes, I'm the one who stands between you and all of that. And I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm okay with being a person you don't know and you really don't want to know, who doesn't know your life story, who you are, why you're here, what you've been through, where you're headed, and yet who has the audacity to think she has something useful to offer by way of advice. Yeah, I'm feeling great about being that person for the next 20 minutes. So my goal for all of us in these 20 minutes is that none of us will fall asleep and none of us will feel the need to text, tweet, or write a Facebook status update in the 20 minutes while I'm talking. What? Okay, I know, completely unreasonable. How 20th century of me. I'm sorry, let's all pull out our devices and write one last thing. For me, I'm tweeting at West Valley, about to talk to graduates. Holla! And now some of you are texting, OMG. Old grad speaker lady just said holla. Yes, my job today is to try to be the Professor Randy Fujishin of commencement speakers. That once-in-a-lifetime kind of person who does it differently and better than all the rest. Yeah, that's my task in these next 20 minutes. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. Who are you? Among you are returning single mothers, recent high school graduates, recent immigrants, refugees from a stagnant economy, veterans, people searching for focus and direction, people who are fiercely dedicated, people who have always had a plan and are still on that path, people who came and went and came and went and came back here again. People who have been here all along, people with supportive families, people who are here in spite of their crazy families, people who were certain of their place on the planet, people who weren't sure they wanted to be on the planet. You were here for career preparation and are joining the workforce, or as a platform from which to transfer, or you came back here to pursue an education for the sheer joy of it. You have held jobs as you've made your West Valley dreams come true. You have cared for family. You have struggled with the hardship of being new, of language barriers, of mental health challenges. You've paid the bills, raised kids, and dealt with other people's messes. So students, I admire you, and I'm not just saying that because I want you to stop texting and listen to me. Old grad speaker lady is staring at me as I'm texting you. BRB. As President Gaskin says, here in the Valley, when you get into your car, you can find a community college every 5 minutes. So I admire you because when life's path pointed you in the direction of community college, you had the wisdom to stake your claim at this particular place with its devoted faculty, its caring and supportive staff, its lush acreage, its commitment to you. You chose well, and I admire you for that. Because you chose to continue your education here, you did not have to go it alone. You emerged from the complexity that is the hallmark of our lives today into this beautiful clearing here in Saratoga. You emerged sometimes breathless, sometimes weary, sometimes doubtful, sometimes relieved, and set out to build yourself an educational foundation upon which the rest of your life would stand. And in the beauty and safety of this place, you began to assemble the building blocks and mortar that would be the structure of your happy, successful future. And as you knelt here and began to build your foundation, you saw that there were people all around you, eager to bring their own tools to make the scaffolding around your building, scaffolding that would support the construction of your own high expectations. These people are the West Valley faculty and staff, and they were not simply available, not merely willing, but indeed eager to do this work, hungry because they choose to work here, not to do as little as they can get away with, but to do as much as they possibly can to help you build the life you imagine for yourself, and sometimes to show you a future you might not have been able to envision on your own. Yes, this campus is a gorgeous one, but it is the people of West Valley who make this college a magically nurturing, nourishing environment, where it was safe to fall and there were hands to pull you back up onto your feet, where it was unsafe to be complacent and there were hands to push you forward, where, as students have told me, they don't give up on you, nor did you give up on yourself. You are back in this beautiful clearing today in your finery, perhaps for the last time, as certificate earners, as transfers, as graduates. West Valley changed my life, one student told me. This student has taken the long way, as she puts it, to get to the pomp and circumstance of this day. Unlike most peer institutions, West Valley focuses on the whole student, not just their academic progress. And in keeping with that, the General Counseling Department called this student in because they noticed she was struggling. They noticed. This graduate treasures the safe haven of West Valley, populated with special humans who do what it takes to get you the education you need. Another student said he followed his girlfriend to West Valley from Southern California. And when the relationship ended, you might have thought he had no reason to stay. But in fact, he had every reason to stay at West Valley because here he felt quote, "I really mattered. I was not just a number. They made me feel like a priority." Another student talked about the resources in DESP, the office that supports disabled students on campus, where the staff attitude is, go for it, and the work is done from the heart. Yet another student came to West Valley because her older sister had promised that West Valley would not be like a certain other local school where one can't get the classes one needs. After an initial culture shock here at West Valley, best characterized as, "What's up with all the trees?" she learned for herself that at West Valley they really do provide a way for you to get what you need. Perhaps with other schools in mind, yet another student said she didn't survive her West Valley experience, she lived it. This student was super dedicated to school when she was young, but then life did what life does. It cracked her foundation and left her crumbling from the tragedy, bitter about its consequences. After 11 years away from school, when she came in late for West Valley orientation the Friday before classes began, she expected to be chastised. Instead, she found compassionate souls in the Educational Transition Office who would counsel her and the many students in that community through the issues that could get in the way of being able to complete an education. These are but brief examples drawn from the world of student services, counseling, and student support programs, where the staff bring their tools of resourcefulness, ingenuity, and compassion to construct the first rung of scaffolding supporting a student's future. They don't put their hand up in your face and tell you to come back later. They keep their doors open and tell you, "I'm not too busy for you. You are the reason I am here." In a time of belt tightening across our state, President Gaskin has been a big advocate for these services. She knows these services must be in place so that you can make the most of the great offerings in the classroom. You, students, are whole people whose whole person deserves the support you needed in order to pursue your educational goals. Joining these amazing staff are the West Valley faculty, dedicated educators whose words and deeds give life to the West Valley motto, "You can get there from here." The faculty fight for you, as one student put it. One example is Professor Jess Lerma in English, who pushes a student even though the student could have passed the class anyway. Then there's Professor Tina Gola, also in English. Students say she's one of, woo, someone cheered, right on. Students say she's one of the hardest working teachers anyone has ever seen, and she never once acted as if anything was dumbed down, which is important because I know at least a few of you came in here with fears about whether you were really going to get the kind of education that would prepare you for the next level. By the way, you did. Professor Gola would tell you she teaches the same material regardless of where she teaches it and makes it clear that she fully expects the highest, most dedicated output from students. And her expectations pay off. Quite a few of her students who moved on to UCs turn out to be some of the better writers in that environment. Yes, Professor Gola was part of the scaffolding around those students' success, and she did not let them down. Professor Meg Farrell in communication gets really involved with students and inspires them to keep achieving no matter what. Professor Sam Liu in econ and Professor Allison Butcher in math, with their tough style and high expectations, are going to make sure you come out of their class knowing what you need to know. These are the kinds of high expectations that strengthen your foundation. Professor James Smith in Administration of Justice takes a different approach. He connects by being very laid back and telling you stories from his days as a police officer, showing you with his demeanor that education is accessible, showing you through his stories that the real world is relevant, showing you through his person that the two can be beautifully intertwined. You know, the faculty at any college can say they are there for the students, but at West Valley, the faculty show it by fighting for you. They fight to provide you with the education you deserve, and they'll even fight you when you're not being your own best advocate or when you are trying to take the easy way out. Then there are those gifted academics who have a special way of connecting with students so that class is a truly memorable experience. People like Janice Kia, an econ prof, who knows that macroeconomics is so dry, she had better tell personal stories to liven it up. So those of you who have had that pleasure, and I hear you giggling in the audience, you know a bit TMI about Professor Kia's husband. ROFL. But you learned a ton of econ as well, didn't you? Then there's Professor Peter Svensson, who so deftly intertwines humor with the rigorous field of biology that he doesn't even realize how hilarious he is, but everyone else does. Or the edgy Jose Bautista in Psych, who's European, so he can get away with saying stuff that, Americans can't say. Like he talks about the true way to happiness being going on dates, chocolate, wine. What I'm saying is he talks about sex all the time. I just woke someone up, I think, didn't I? For you texters out there, ROFLMAO. Then there is Fred George in computer science. He tells these random stories in between writing code on the board, whether it's cars, French fries, tattoos, or hogs. That's motorcycles, not pigs. Professor George relates to everybody. And who could forget Joe Hasty from Lascatus, the geography professor who mispronounces his own geographical origins. And that crazy tangent going off guy, Steve Blasberg in math, famous for knowing everything about everything. By the time you finish one of his classes, you should not only get 3 units of math credit, but a half a unit of foreign language, because you learn the Latin, Greek, or other origins of math terms, a half a unit of history, mostly the history of math and science, but he's not averse to making references to the Roman Empire, the 30 Years' War, or the French Revolution, and a half a unit of English, because his statistics students, when they do a final project and write it up, he corrects their spelling and grammar. Then there's his corny jokes. There are 3 kinds of people in the world: those who can count and those who can't. And humor is not the sole purview of the West Valley faculty. Everyone knows Joe McDevitt is the funniest person on campus. Joe knows that his humor will get people to come here and make them feel a sense of belonging when they are here. And now some of the faculty and staff are texting a colleague, "Hey, I'm as funny as Joe, aren't I?" No, you're not. These are just some of the many, many marvelous faculty here at West Valley who have been there for you. Your faculty helped you grow and succeed here by inviting you in, enticing you, humoring you, shocking you, pushing you, pulling you, challenging you, holding you accountable, believing in you, being there for you, seeing options and possibilities for you whenever they looked at you. With their intellect, wit, wisdom, and compassion, they built the next tier of scaffolding, supporting you as you worked on the structure of your future self. At times along the way here, your structure might have been fragile, faulty, not as strong as it might have been. If it bent in a strong wind, if it looked like it might topple or crumble, the West Valley staff and faculty were the scaffolding around you, holding you up, giving you something to lean against, keeping you strong. Students, you know you had no right to expect this kind of dedication and individualized attention from the staff and faculty, right? They are incredibly busy after all. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we are in the middle of some serious budgetary challenges and political constraints in this state. I know, you've noticed. And yet, even in this climate, people at West Valley still give and give and give more. Why? Well, for many reasons, I imagine. But I think it is in no small part because they have memories of being that kid who might have struggled at some point, that kid who got turned on by someone, that kid who is a success today on the faculty or staff here because of the compassion, the empathy of mentors along the way. West Valley faculty and staff know, and I know, it takes just one person to be the scaffold around someone else's life. If one person cares about us and takes us on, we can construct the future of our dreams. One person. Hopefully, you'll each have more than one. For many of you, one of those people is someone here at West Valley. For many of you, West Valley is not only your school, it is your home for a time. Like a family member, West Valley has earned that place in your heart. Thanks to your hard work, dedication, perseverance, and willingness to lay your guard down and be mentored by these fabulous folk, you are leaving West Valley a changed person. Your pathway to your career is more smoothly paved. Your plans for further education are supported and strong. But life will continue to challenge you. People will continue to challenge you. Circumstances will continue to challenge you. Hey, I don't mean to be a downer. You are proud and excited on this day in particular, and rightly so. Whether you made a straight shot and sailed through West Valley or came and left multiple times before getting to this day, you did it. And every single person gathered here today is proud of you for that. But let's be real. Some of you are a little afraid of what lies ahead. Can I handle what comes next? Did this really prepare me for San Jose State? Do I have what it takes to be successful in the working world? Given this economy, will I even get my chance? Will I be able to pay for college? Will I be able to pay my bills? Will I be able to support my family, be what my kid needs me to be, make the difference I know I can make? Those of us who are a generation or two older feel great sorrow that you are coming of age in a time when we are so fragile as a nation. What awaits you is likely to feel like a jolt to your foundation. Most of you will undergo a significant transition that entails some personal cost and a bit of struggle, and maybe even some pain. College and career are going to present all kinds of challenges, some we can anticipate and many that we can't, unless you've chosen the safe path. But why waste your time with the safe path in this broken world that needs you to go and fix and heal and transform it? Those continuing to pursue education may feel intimidated by the size of the new place, the talent of your classmates, the workload. Those going out into the work world may become overwhelmed by the complexity of work life, the mundanity it sometimes brings, the challenge of showing up and having to be and do what your boss wants you to be and do. You may stumble at first. You may feel that you cannot keep up. You may feel lonely. You may wonder what is going on. You may wonder if you still cut it. You may wonder if your family will still love you, if you still matter, if you are still making people proud, if in your new clearing you belong. So whatever circumstances confront you, and they will, fragile confidence, work drama, school drama, family drama, kids, bills, health, overwhelming stuff, life. Or maybe you'll be confronted by the allure of just stopping here with this diploma or certificate. Some of you know what I mean, that, yeah, I've done enough feeling. Don't let those things get between you and your possibilities. Don't give in or give up. If any group of folk can do what it's going to take, it's you. And you don't have to go it alone. When these winds of worry and these storms of self-doubt, when the cruelty of circumstance shakes your structure to its foundation, that is the time to rely again upon the scaffolding that was created here at West Valley. And rest assured, the folks at West Valley will continue to take an interest in your progress even after you're gone. You can get there from here, as the saying goes, but it is equally true that you will always have a home here. Your former student body president, William Tresseder, underscored this for me recently when he said from his outpost in faraway Afghanistan, where he has redeployed, that he is regularly reminded, even there, of how blessed he was to have met the people of the West Valley community. When you leave here, whether you're in a faraway place or just down the road in Silicon Valley, sometimes just picturing the faces of your West Valley scaffolding, your West Valley heroes, will be enough. Other times you'll need a reassuring email from them with some advice. But you'll also want to go into the world expecting that great people like those here at West Valley are around every corner if you just know where to look. Yes, they are there. And then go one step further and aim to be that somebody in the lives of others. As President Obama just said at Hampton, we have a responsibility to be role models for our brothers and sisters, to be mentors in our communities, and when the time comes, to pass that sense of an education's value down to our children. I'm delighted to see some of those children here in the audience today. Precious things, trying not to fall asleep as the speaker drones on. As your life unfolds, you will be in audience after audience at ceremonies such as this, watching someone you care about reach a milestone and prepare to take next steps. And when that happens, I'll bet anything that your memories of this place and your time here will flood your brain and your heart. You will reflect back as the speaker drones on and feel gratitude to the people of West Valley for being exactly what you needed at a very pivotal time. I do the job I do on my campus because I have memories of being that kid struggling, that kid who needed someone to take notice of her and tell her she could do it. That's why today, for me, just as is the case for the many, many wonderful people who teach or work here at West Valley, I find it utter joy to help young people find courage, the courage to find themselves. And when they find themselves, they need the courage to listen to themselves. And when they listen to themselves, they need to find the courage to honor what they hear. I'm a courage peddler. My soapbox is about authenticity. I believe there is nothing more exhilarating than a young person on the verge of becoming his or her adult self. I'm also a great believer in the fact that none of us should have to go it alone. Because you had the great wisdom to come here, you didn't have to go it alone. You are a member of this West Valley family, and this family will always be there for you and make you proud. Thank you.
Wow, Dean Julie will always have a place in our hearts. Thank you. The recognition of President's Scholars is new to the ceremony this year. This award honors 4 students who have excelled academically and have demonstrated high achievement and commitment as a scholar. President's Scholars, as I introduce each of you, please come forward to the podium. And audience, please hold your applause until the introduction of each scholar is complete. It is my pleasure first to introduce Christopher Nguyen with the President's Scholar Award as the Transfer Scholar. Christopher? Christopher accelerated through his studies here at West Valley College and completed all requirements for transfer in 1 year with a GPA of 3.86. He will be attending UC Berkeley in the fall, majoring in English. Christopher has an intense desire to become a writer and will be pursuing this passion with a clear sense of purpose. What's motivated him have been 3 key factors in his life: a driven pursuit of higher education, the importance of living up to his parents' expectations, and his father's support and belief in him. Please join me in congratulating Christopher. It's my pleasure to present Rebecca von Schriltz with the President's Scholar Award as the Athlete Scholar. Rebecca. Rebecca is completing her 2nd year at West Valley College and doing so with a 4.0 GPA. She will be transferring in the fall to the University of Hawaii and will major in history. Her goal is to become a college professor or librarian. Rebecca is a swimmer and a member of the water polo team, serving in the difficult position of goalie. She's been described as a tremendous teammate, always encouraging and supportive, and an ideal student. What's inspired Rebecca have been 2 things: having very clear goals for herself and following her parents' counsel to always do your best. Please join me in honoring Rebecca. Ditto, I think is what she said. It's my pleasure to present Jennifer Savage with the President's Scholar Award as the Re-Entry Scholar. Jennifer is completing her 3rd year at West Valley College with a 3.83 GPA. She will be transferring to Santa Clara University in the fall, majoring in human communications and minoring in global studies, with the goal of becoming a diplomat with the United Nations or federal government. Jennifer returned to college as a single mother and excelled from the moment she stepped foot on this campus. Her drive emanates from an inner motivation that is sincere, deep, and passionate. When I asked Jennifer what influenced her decision to return to college as a re-entry single parent, her response was emphatic and heartfelt. This is for her son and his future. Congratulations, Jennifer. So we're going to turn to the photographer. And finally, it's my pleasure to present Janice Allen with the President's Scholar Award as the Career Development Scholar. Janice is graduating with something she has always longed for, a degree in interior design. She actually has a bachelor's degree in another field, but never felt quite as if she were fulfilling her true calling. As long as Janice can remember, she felt as if she had raw talent for interior design. What West Valley College has given her is the professionalism and the tools to take her talents to a new height. Janice's drive and passion have been unstoppable. As evidence of this, she's graduating with a 4.0 GPA. She describes herself as having entered the program as a rough stone and now graduating today having evolved into a polished jewel. Congratulations. Thank you so much. So we're going to go over to the photographer. I would now like to invite Board President Owens and Senate President Shoemaker back to the podium.
Will the candidates to receive a certificate only please stand? Dr. Gaskin, Chancellor Hendrickson, Board President Owens, Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure and honor as West Valley College Academic Senate President to present the certificate recipients for 2010 and certify on behalf of our distinguished faculty that they have fulfilled all program requirements as defined by the statutes of the state of California, the regulations of the Board of Governors of the California Community Colleges, and the policies of the Board of Trustees of the West Valley Mission Community College District.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the West Valley Mission Community College District, acting under the authority granted by the Education Code of the State of California, and upon certification by the college that all requirements have been met, I confer upon each of you the certificate. Will the candidates please come forward by rows to receive their certificates?
Chanchuita Bhattacharya. Flora Begnam. Girgis Sedam. Hassan El Nahas. Mohammed Mustafa. Islam Ibrahim. Mohammed Ibrahim. Paul Lublianker. Albany Alvarez del Castillo. Rania Ali. Cheryl Hawes. Christina Luna. Milagros Campos. Mitra Shangizdade. Sanchali Shrivastava. Celine Gain. Adriana Porter. Ruth Rodriguez. Edward Guido. Ashmita Madhav. Jose Torricos. Janine Clemens. Maria Paula Maynard Kovac. Yvonne Xavier. Michelle Angela Wilson. Elizabeth May Leach.
Schmalley.
Mark Matthew Schmalley. Anita Bates. Lily Chavez. Michael Suzuki Kawada. Camila Lorraine Aragon.
So they said that some of the candidates have 2 dots on their cards and they're going to come through twice. So just read whatever card comes. Don't be freaked out. It's like, you don't even like it.
Will the candidates for the associate degree please stand? It is my pleasure and honor as West Valley College Academic Senate President to present the class of 2010 to the faculty of West Valley College. It is through your efforts that these accomplished students have completed their requisite coursework as they stand before you to receive their associate degrees. You are commended for your efforts and commitment in assuring that these students meet their educational goals.
Dr. Gaskin, Chancellor Hendrickson, Board President Owens, Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2010 and to certify that they have fulfilled the requirements for the Associate in Arts and Associate in Sciences degree. As established by the statutes of the state of California, the regulations of the Board of Governors of the California Community Colleges, and the policies of the Board of Trustees of West Valley Mission Community College District.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of West Valley Mission Community College District, acting under the authority granted by the Education Code of the State of California, and upon certification by the Vice President of the college that all requirements have been met, I confer upon each of you the associate degree. Will the candidates please come forward by rows to receive their degrees?
John Daniel Farley.
That's my card. And again, Laura Isabella Sylvan.
Laura Isabella Sylvan. No card. Jan Blair Olson. Terry Connolly. Kimberly Young. Linda Karen. Thank you. Kathy Ann Trevison.
Okay.
Ginger Craig. Gina Lorraine Wildemuth. Tiffany Marie Squire. Nancy Walty. Celia Leanne Ramponi. Christina Lynn Ferguson. Michelle Angela Wilson. Elizabeth May Leach. Mark Matthew Schmalley. Anita Bates. Lily Chavez. Maiko Suzuki Kawada. Chris Feria. Rebecca Anna von Schriltz. Christopher Trung Nguyen. Jan Branch Allen. Jennifer Savage.
Lamore.
Gina Williams. Alvin Roberts. Billy Wade Miller. Candace Marie Harmon. Paris Jewel Carswell. Jasmine Brianna Jean Taylor. Nora Itzel Gutierrez. Justin Christopher Cornejo. Adam Alfredo Galvez.
Which one?
Sandeep.
Sandeep?
Senga.
Senga.
Yes.
Sandeep Senga. Michael Yaklin. Michael Patrick Lawler. Deborah Denise Serrano. Andres Serva. Andrew Samir Iskandar.
Vanessa Mijares. Químico Rodriguez. Eric Robert Rudisil. Heather Nicole Smith. Amy Elizabeth Goddard. Lisandro Borrayo. Sarah Joy Tidmarsh. Anna Catherine Bristow. Francesca Gabrielle Caselli. Michelle Nelson. Jenna Mora Cabral. Justin Paul Vickers. James Monsa Jasser. Jesse Patterson. DJ Gustafsson. Elsa Camarena. I don't need these. Shelby Renee Mason. Cindy Ray Ann. Scott Andrew McClellan. Nazanin Daftari. Corinne Lee Engelman. Sharon Veronica Smith. Lindsay Michelle Fowler. Jeanette Unk Nelson. Jose Torricos. Ashmita Madhav. Edward Guido. Ryan Scott Briody. Sheena Yvonne Shepard. Maya Victoria Agnew. Emma Asio. Samuel Ford. Melissa Marina Herrera. Jessica Hernandez. Larissa Sue Quisenberry. John Driesman. Brandy Renee Coleana. Katrina Lynn Knickerbocker. Dina Mahmoud El-Tomi. Leilani Faye Sharp. Sarah Rose Thorson.
Justine Annette Cranford. Thank you.
Justine Annette Cranford. Natalie Faith Spolstra. Nicole Francis Midwin. Mike Santee.
I left my name. It's Carlos Ventura Gonzalez. Ventura. Ace Ventura.
Carlos Ventura Gonzalez.
No card.
Maria Jose Garcia.
Beata Eliza Kosiaki. Beata Eliza Kosiaki.
Beata Elisa Coziati.
Perfect. Thank you.
Ki B. Lim. Sarah Elizabeth Black.
Just Oscar Perez.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Oscar Perez.
I can do that.
Angelina Michelle Murray. Shabnam Farhumand. Ashley Michelle Rouillet.
Samia Smati.
Samia Smati.
Middle is Michelle. You want Tina Costa? Tina? Michelle. Michelle, yes.
Tina Michelle Costa. Amber Nicole Bird. Peggy Ann Ordonez.
Anna Marie Paul.
Anna Marie Poff.
Look at that.
Nicole Ann Smith.
Here's an easy one for you.
Steve Field.
Should be pretty easy.
You got it wrong.
Michael Joseph Armstrong.
Whoa, whoa. Ilse? Yeah, Ilse. Corina Marquez. Yeah.
Ilse Corina Marquez. Catherine Yelena Sylvan.
Yeah. Finally.
Anna Teresa Gable.
Catalina Marie Hideko Morishita.
Catalina Marie Hideko Morishita.
Last name is Mosier.
Scott William Mosier. Craig Eugene Guerrero. Philip Powers.
Olsen.
Amelia Jo Olson.
It's Rika Heichi.
Rika Heichi.
Aisha Khan.
Aisha Khan. Christopher George Coakley. Brittany Leanne Bowers. Andrew David Sutterfield. Manuel Antonio Rodriguez. Haifa Tabara. Beatriz Rivera. Gerardo Alvarez.
Whoa, whoa. Linda. Wileen Poon. Wileen Poon. I think at first now it's sorry.
Linda Wileen Poon.
You're back. Yes, I am. Okay, you keep that. Okay.
Pamela Lorraine Aragon. Fang Zhao.
Pierre Alexander Baccarano.
Pierre Alexander Vaquerano.
I'm going to tough it up.
Anita Ramkumar.
Anita Ram Kumar. Regina Elaine Wiggins. Sarah Fleming Katz. Nicholas Allen Lopez.
Agari, yeah.
Nina Agari. Sofia Sanchez. Janeth Araujo.
Last name's Haruki. Stress on the first one. Haruki.
Christina Amelia Harugi.
I'm gonna give this one to Sylvia.
Cynthia Iparraguirre.
Cynthia Iparraguirre. Rebecca Corona Gonzalez. Susie Rosario.
Erica McLeod.
Erica McLeod. Brandy Lee Wright. Trevor DiVincenzi. James Roland McKay. Tracy Ann Lund. Jamila Ismail Sanfaz. Martin John Stengel II. Marty John DeGear. Alejandro Cruz. Marcel Murray. Carla Victoria Gassman. Gloria Michelle Spikes Kale. Mai Han Nguyen. Anne Tran. Isabela Ramirez Rivera. Erica Darlene Lamont. Damien Lynn Gunther.
Just Miguel.
Miguel Contreras. Constance Duvert.
David Bacalou.
David Joseph Bacalou.
Marion Altamirano.
Marion Altamirano.
Burçin Nalınca. Hikmet Burçin.
Hikmet Burçin Nalinke. Yumeno Nimura. Mona Tabayanian.
Don't fall so far on the last syllable, girlfriend.
Shahnaz Tabayanian. Letitia Renee Dorsey. Shannon Allen McGuay. Shauna Downs Gonzalez. Kiana Marie Sanchez. Julia Marie Brodil. Tin Din. Kristen Cheyenne Zamudio Hermosillo. Stephanie Renee Vallejo.
Is that it?
Graduates, we are immensely proud of you. We offer heartfelt congratulations to you, and we hope that West Valley College will continue to be an important part of your future. Congratulations, class of 2010. We have one final ceremonial task to take part in. 2 student trustees, one from each of our colleges, sit on the board representing the concerns and opinions of the students. Danny Ben Sue has been West Valley College's student trustee for much of this year and has served you all so very honorably in this role. In turn, it's an honor for me to ask Mr. Sue to come to the podium to lead you in the most symbolic and noteworthy part of this ceremony.
Congratulations, graduates. I have the privilege of leading you in the traditional turning of the tassels, signifying graduation. Graduates, with your right hand, you may now move your tassels to the left side. Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. I would ask the audience to remain seated until the platform party, faculty, graduates have exited the area. Congratulations. This concludes our 2010 commencement ceremony.